I feel like pets are just everywhere in Denver, Colorado, or at least dogs. They go through grocery stores, they're through Home Depot. This is Maya and Frankie, and we are going to try to video what to do when you have pets in the home and you're trying to sell your house. We'll see if they start to play with each other, so this might be an interesting video. So just like staging and decluttering your home, what you're doing is creating more of a blank canvas so that when people come through the house, they can envision themselves there. Same thing goes with pets. 60% of homeowners are pet owners. However, you don't necessarily want to brag about your pets in your home when someone's trying to visualize themselves there as well. So what you're going to want to do is at least kennel or cage your pet if the pet does need to stay in the home while there are showings happening. There are some showings that I've done that have had ducks, that have had dogs in the garage, and there is a little note that just says, hey, just so you know, the dog is going to be barking when the door is opened. So nice notification, but if possible, remove the animal altogether. Your house can definitely benefit from a deep clean as well. Frankie just wants to play right now. To help someone envision if they could be living in your home, you do want to remove all signs that you have a pet. Poop from outside, if the dog is a digger, that's definitely going to be something to eliminate. Pet beds, water bowls, toys, collars or leashes, make sure that those are tucked away. Kennels, if you can, just put those somewhere where they're not going to be seen by people walking through the house. Now, some things are a little bit unavoidable, such as dander and pet hair. You can clean as much as possible, but if the animal is still living in the home, it's going to be a little bit present. I actually had an open house the other day. Look at these guys. I had an open house the other day, and the gal walked halfway through the house and then came back and was like, oh, does this person have a cat? And she completely stuffed up. So some things are unavoidable, but doing these tips and tricks is one thing to help prevent advertising that you have a pet in the home. When you're having photos taken of your home, try to make sure that all of those items are going to be out of sight, because then they're out of mind. So dog bed, water bowls, kennels, dog toys, you can put those all away. It's going to be a lot easier for the sellers to envision themselves in this new home. So something that you can do inside the home to try to prevent different odors is you can take baking soda and sprinkle it on the carpet, leave it for 30 minutes, and then vacuum it up, and that should absorb some of the smell. And then another tip that you could do too is invite a friend over and have a sniff test, because they're not going to be accustomed to the smells that are already in your home that you probably don't even notice anymore. Now, you don't necessarily want to cover up the smell with more smells, such as like burning a candle, but maybe Febreze would be a really great option that you can spray and it'll absorb all of the pet odors. Now, if you have neighbors that have large animals that might be barking during showings, there are a couple tips that you can do to try to cover up that noise or just make it less obvious. So don't have windows open during showings, because that will prevent the sound from coming inside if they're outside barking. You can add bamboo or carpeted items inside, and that will actually absorb sound. You could offer to pay for doggy daycare for your neighbor's pet if they're actually very obnoxious. Don't necessarily want to advertise that there's an annoying dog outside, but you could also create white noise if you'd like, whether it be a fan or a small water feature should be able to drown out some of the noise from the animal that isn't yours. I'm Katie, the real estate gal in the Denver metro area in Colorado. I am a licensed real estate agent, so please reach out to me if you have any tips and tricks that has been beneficial when it comes to pets living in the home while you're doing showings and trying to get your house sold. My contact information is in my profile. I also would love to help with any of your buying and selling needs. So please reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you, and I will see you next week. I'm Katie, the real estate gal in Denver metro, Colorado, and I just created so much dog hair. I'm